So I got a lot of Terminator fanboys annoyed at me for my Salvation review, but then a lot of people appreciated that I told the truth on that video. So now I'm going to tell the truth about the new Transformers movie, which I just saw tonight, Rise of the Fallen. I was a little bit disappointed. This movie is not as good as the first one. The first one, which I really loved, I thought Michael Bay did a terrific job with that movie. But this one, I think he fucked up a little bit with this one. And, most of that fucking up occurred during the last half an hour of this film. And strangely enough, this movie is a half an hour too long. So all those problems stem from the final battle scene between the Autobots and the Decepticons. It was such a fucking long, drawn-out battle. I haven't seen a battle this, dragged out to the point where it was actually a little bit boring since the Matrix Revolutions. And the thing is with a movie like this is, action is great. I shouldn't say the movie, the scene. Because the rest of the movie was great. It was just the scene could have been trimmed. Most of it could have ended up as a deleted scene. That would have been just perfect. If Michael Bay had to get it out there, he could have put it in the deleted scene part of the DVD. It shouldn't have been in the theatrical release. Because I'll tell you something, even people with short attention spans, they're going to get bored with that much constant action. Because it was the same fucking thing. Autobots getting knocked down, getting back up. Decepticons getting knocked down, getting back up. Fighting again. Getting knocked down, getting back up. Same fucking thing over and over. It's enough already. I prefer a little story progression, then some action, story, then a little action. It's too much. You can't have a pure half an hour of action. That's fucking ridiculous. And it reminded me a lot of the third Matrix movie, which was a major, major disappointment. But this movie was just a minor disappointment. That last half an hour hurt this movie, but it didn't ruin it. So I have to say, I was disappointed by it. Now, granted, this movie was funny, just like the first one. There's some great acting in it. The humor was great. Especially towards the beginning is where you get a lot of your funny parts. And I think the action parts that were more well paced were great. It's just the final battle, which was good in some parts, but then as it started progressing, I think it could have been even better if you just chopped up little bits and glued it together. You'd have a perfect final battle scene. But in its current state, it sucks because it's too fucking long, and I didn't like that shit. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of people on this video saying, "Oh man, you're being too picky here and everything," and you're gonna blame me for having a short attention span. No, I feel I'm a man of a particular taste, who doesn't think that we need to have constant action to be entertained. We need to have a little bit of story. We need to have a little bit of pacing to go along with it. And it did have storytelling. It's just like they completely forgot about, story progression, and just felt that we had to just have a whole fucking battle scene towards the end and nothing else. So pretty much what they could have done is just cut off a whole bunch of that extra shit. The final battle should have been 10 minutes at the most. But it was too fucking long. And, it was a disappointment. It's not as good as the first one. It's not a bad movie. And I know despite what I say, you're going to go see it anyway. And you really should. Because it's not a bad movie. It's a good one. It's just a little bit mangled. Thanks to some poor directing choices by Michael Bay. So, that's all I can really say about it. It's a good movie that could have been a lot better. Later.